Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to thepixellab.net. Today I'm going to do another plugin review, and this is another plugin you can find on c4dtools.net, and this is called Buffer Booster, made by my buddy Charles Rowland, and it's $10, and this is a utility plugin that's going to help you when you use a lot of object buffers. So I would definitely check this out. It will speed up your process a lot, and let me just walk you through real quick. One thing to note is that we are going to do a contest this week to win a free plugin. So check my blog post for instructions on that, and we will give that prize out on Friday. So here is my scene. I have tons of different things, and if you guys have used object buffers before, you know that traditionally what you're gonna have to do is right click on your object, and then you'll go to Cinema 4D tags, compositing tag, and then you'll go to your object buffer and you will enable object buffer 1, and that's kind of step one of the process. Then you have to go to your render settings, go to your multipass and turn that on, then go to your multipass tab and then find object buffer and then make sure it has the number 1 to correspond with that tag. So that is 1, and now you have to go ahead and you can probably copy and paste this and then change this one to 2 if you want an object buffer on your second one. Go back to your multipass, add another object buffer, and then change that one to 2. And you're going to have to do that for every single one, and sometimes there are a bunch of objects in your scene that you want object buffers for, and that process will take you a decent amount of time. So that's where Buffer Booster comes in, and the beauty of this thing is just how fast it is. So let's say we want object buffers on every single object in here. All we have to do is select them and click on the Buffer Booster button, and we have two options. One is to add the buffers, which we will say yes to. We'll talk about the file log in a second. So all you have to do is hit a check mark in there and then hit OK. And then you'll notice that we have tags on every single object. If we cycle through these tags, you'll see that we have 1, 2, 3, 4. All these are set up with individual object buffers, and it doesn't end there. If you go to your multipass, you'll notice that our multipass is turned on and we have object buffers added for every single object, and they all have the corresponding ID number already set. So that is that. 2 clicks and you're done. So let me go ahead and delete those tags, and let me show you one thing that you need to be aware of. So if we highlight half of these guys about and click Buffer Booster, let's go ahead and add buffers and hit OK. You'll notice that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If we go to our settings, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now let's say that we've had those kind of set up, but later on we create a new object and we want to add a buffer to that. So let's say we want to add buffers to these two. We'll go ahead and hit Buffer Booster, check that on, hit OK. And we're going to see that we have 2 tags on, and these tags are still there. But if we go to our multipass, only 2 object buffers are now available. It basically deleted these tags from the multipass. So what you need to do if you want to add extra buffers, just delete all of them, select the ones you want, and just redo it, because that is the fastest way. And then boom, everything's set up. So that's really the only gotcha that I can think of with this plugin. Just need to be aware of that. Make sure you add all your object buffers at the same time. Alright, so let's talk about one other thing. Let's go ahead and hit Buffer Booster. We'll add those, and now what we have down here is file log. So what we can do is actually save a log. So let me go ahead and dump this on my desktop and name this log, and we'll hit OK. And once it does that, we actually have a text document which is on our desktop. Let's go ahead and find that real quick. Here's our log, and what we have is it tells you the file name of your Cinema 4D file, and it tells you how many object buffers you have, and then for each buffer it'll have the number, and then it will correspond with the name of that object. So this is going to be really helpful if you have dozens and dozens of objects and you need to, in compositing, kind of figure out which object buffer you need for a certain object in here. So you're like, oh, I need an object buffer for the cone. So you look at your log, find the cone, and it says 2. So then you know that object buffer 2 on your render is the cone. So that's just kind of a quick way to reference all of your objects and figure out which buffer is which. So that is Buffer Booster, and like I said, it's a very, very nice plugin for kind of speeding up your workflow. It's a great utility plugin, and we are giving away 1 free copy this week, so make sure to enter the contest. Go to thepixellab.net/blog, check out this post, and go ahead and enter. Thanks guys for checking out my site. I really appreciate it, and we will talk again next time. Bye everybody.